is August 1789, and the new amendments made by Congress have been sent to the states to be ratified. Congress decided to create these amendments in order to provide rights to the people of the fledgling United States and to prevent government from taking those rights. These days, though, few people know the meaning of these amendments or why they're so important to our nation. So let me show you why this Bill of Rights was made and how it affects us, then and now. Our Bill of Rights was created along with the Constitution in order to replace the dysfunctional Articles of Confederation. These Articles of Confederation were the first government used by the Patriots during the Revolution and a few years after. The Articles, though, had no power to tax or control the states, had only one branch of government, and could not even regulate trade. These faults in the Articles of Confederation led to the Constitution being made, and in turn the Bill of Rights along with it. But enough of talking about the Constitution and the Articles, let's talk about the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment in the Bill of Rights protected 5 important things in our society: freedom of religion, freedom of speech and of the press, and the right to assemble peacefully, as well as to petition to the government. Before this amendment, people were constantly being put in prison for their beliefs, and for speaking or assembling against King George III of England, back when the U.S. were colonies. Our founders created this amendment, hoping to prevent any future U.S. government from persecuting people unfairly based upon their beliefs. The second and most often debated amendment of our Bill of Rights allows militia to be created by the state and, most importantly, allows the common man to bear arms. This very right is what truly started the Revolutionary War. The British knew the rebels had weapons at Lexington and Concord and wanted to seize them. Our refusal to give up our rights to bear arms led to the nation that you live in today. Welcome back. As you may know, the Third Amendment was extremely important to the Americans, as it gave them the right to refuse quarter to any soldier. This may seem strange to us now, but back when America was a part of Britain, British soldiers often forcibly housed themselves into colonist houses. These soldiers were allowed to do this because of the Quartering Act, which was created by the government, aka the Parliament and King George III, to cut costs of paying the housing of British soldiers. But with the Third Amendment, no soldier in war or peace could force themselves into the home or place of business of another. As you may know, the Fourth Amendment gives us the right to privacy in our persons, homes, papers, and effects. However, these days the government is defying this very amendment by spying on us via the NSA. The Fourth Amendment also prevents the government from performing searches and seizures, that is, coming into our homes and searching for illegal contraband in our homes without a warrant. Sadly, our government has broken these rights given to us via the Fourth Amendment, and it is our duty to stand up for our rights, unless we wish for them to be taken away from us. Sorry, I was at jury duty. We're halfway through our journey into the Bill of Rights. Our latest amendment, the Fifth Amendment, protects us in court, preventing us from being punished without due process of the law. The Fifth Amendment was created to ensure that people would not have to testify against themselves, and to prevent someone being accused of the same thing twice, otherwise known as double jeopardy. Most importantly, the Fifth Amendment allows every person to first have a fair trial and go through the due process of law before they can be stripped of their liberties or property. In other words, you are innocent until proven guilty. The Sixth Amendment provides us the right to a public and speedy trial, as well as the right to a trial by jury. This very right has sparked many a revolution, including the one we Texans know best, the Texas Revolution, as the name implies. The Sixth Amendment applies to witnesses as well, giving people the right to force a witness to testify in court. Finally, this amendment allows all people prosecuted in court to have a lawyer. If the prosecuted person cannot afford a lawyer, then we, the taxpayers, pay the lawyer for them. The Seventh Amendment applies to the same principles as the Sixth Amendment, stating that a civil court case with a price exceeding $20 will be handled with a trial by jury. The Seventh Amendment specifically states the right to a trial by jury because back when the U.S. was still part of England, King George III actually took away our right to a trial by jury. Luckily, the Seventh Amendment prevents that from happening today. Now let us converse on the subject of the Eighth Amendment. This amendment states that no cruel and unusual punishment or excessive bail should be dealt to a criminal or any person otherwise. The Eighth Amendment prevents excessive fines as well, and has saved a number of Americans' wallets from being emptied, to a certain degree at least. Ah, that was refreshing. Hello there, and welcome to the Ninth Amendment. The Ninth Amendment was created as a way to prevent our government from violating any rights not stated in the Bill of Rights. This was done not only to protect us, but to appease other founding fathers, who thought the Bill of Rights would allow any future government to violate unnamed rights. Today, we use this amendment to keep our government from expanding their power, though sadly, it doesn't always work. We've arrived at our final destination on our tour of the Bill of Rights, the 10th Amendment. This amendment gives all power not granted to the federal government to the states or to we the people. This is another way the Founding Fathers attempted to balance power between the central government and the states, which is now known as separation of powers. Well, everyone, that's the end of our tour into the Bill of Rights. I hope you enjoyed this foray into history, and I hope that you all learned something very important. We must know what our rights are so that we can protect them.
Creeper? That is why creepers are so scary.
Okay, now walk out the door. Oh, this is a pit? This is a pit? This is a pit?
She doesn't know what
No, that's a bit. Oh.
Fireball!